Hi there, I'm Dion von Moltke, and I'm the driver of the number 77 PR Newswire South African Airways McDonald's $4 for Doran Racing. I hope you guys all had a good week last week and all were able to tune on to Speed Channel to watch the Grand-Am Daytona prototype race at Montreal and see the Vuvuzela car with Mark Patterson and I going around at high speeds around there. You know, we ended up with another good top 10 finish. We unfortunately had a bit of an incident on track and set us back a few laps, and we were able to circle around, still doing really quick lap times, and it was a really good foreshadowing, hopefully, for Miller Motorsports Park. I think we're going to go there with a really good car, and I get to welcome back Matt Bell as my teammate for this weekend. He did a great job with us earlier in the year for his first race at New Jersey Motorsports Park, and I'm really excited to have him back for the season finale, where everybody wants to win. It's one of those races that we're all going to be going out to finish the season on a high note, and we won our first podium. And I know with Matt and Doran Racing, we'll be able to put the PR Newswire South African Airways McDonald's $4 up top there, and it's something that it's going to be a new place for everybody. They're changing the circuit a little bit, and none of the teams have been there with this circuit, so all starting there on level playing ground. Will be my first time there in a Daytona prototype. I did win there last year with APR Motorsport. It was our last win of the season, so hopefully it'll be our last win of the season this year. I was also our first, so this is what we're shooting for, and make sure you tune in on the Speed Channel to watch it there. The Grand-Am race is always exciting, especially the last race of the season, where there's a lot of emotions running high, and championship battles are in the mix. So we definitely want to go out there and end this season on a high and go into off-season testing and onto the 24-hour next year with some momentum. So hopefully you guys will be out there and rooting for the number 77 Vuvuzela car, and should be really, really good. And especially with Matt Bell coming back and all that, and we have our crew guy back with Craig. So I'm really, really excited for this weekend. And now comes the time where I like to answer some questions for you. This one comes from Rob in Texas, and he's asking kind of the mental side of racing. Now, everyone knows how physical these cars really are to drive, and all our gym regiments and all that are well documented. But what about mentally? All sports are very mentally demanding, and especially racing is too. It's extremely mentally hard. When you're downshifting sometimes as many as 25 times a circuit around, like a lap around a circuit, and breaking at the exact same points, especially dealing with traffic and being offline and online and everything going into it. You have to be very, very mentally prepared. And a lot of us drivers, including me, went to a person named Dr. Jacques Tiller, who has Performance Prime, and he works for high-end performance people from all industries, from golfers to Formula One drivers to Grand-Am drivers to any type of surgeons and businessmen. And luckily enough, I went to his program, and he really teaches you and focuses you on how to focus on the right things and be in the moment on the task at hand to the exclusion of everything else. And when you're battling through traffic and you're also battling with other DP cars for position, you're looking behind you, looking in front of you, you're looking next to you, you're looking at your brake markers, you're making sure you're downshifting to the right gear, making sure you have just enough throttle or else the car will step up on you. There's so much to focus on. You have to weed some things out and focus on the right things. And that's all part of the game for being a driver. Not only you have to be physically well prepared, or else you suffer mentally, but you have to make sure your mental preparation is, if not stronger than your mental preparation going into a race. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into racing behind the scenes, with all the talks to engineers, all the setup stuff, and every little thing requires a different level of focus, a different requirements here and there. So you have to make sure your mind's on the game going into every practice session, every qualifying, every lap of the race. It's one corner at a time, one lap at a time, and one race by a time. We definitely are not focusing yet on championships, even though we're going into the last race. We focus one race and see what we can do and get the best results. So make sure you guys tune into Speed Channel this weekend, and hopefully see the number 77 PR Newswire South African Airways McDonald's car with Matt Bell and I up front and leading the last race of the season, and it should be pretty good. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys stop by, post on my Facebook or on my website any questions you want answered for next week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again for tuning in.